Hey everyone, and welcome. Get ready because we're about to go on a whirlwind tour of general knowledge. We're going to start with India and then zoom out to cover geography, history, and yeah, even a little bit about the cosmos. Let's see how much we can pack in.
So, is your brain ready for a 5-minute power-up? The clock is ticking, and our knowledge boost starts right now.
First up, let's talk about the symbols of a nation. What are those core building blocks of identity? The images, the sounds, the ideas that instantly make you think of a country's spirit and its heritage.
So let's run through some of these. You've got the tiger, which is all about strength. The peacock represents grace. The lotus flower, that symbolizes purity. The mango, that's practically the taste of an Indian summer. And even hockey has these incredibly deep roots in the nation's sporting history. Each one tells a little story about the country's culture.
But it's not just about what you can see, right? It's also what you hear. Vande Mataram is India's national song. It's this incredibly powerful piece of music that was a rallying cry during the independence movement. And you can still feel that energy in it today.
And you have to give credit to the people behind these symbols. The national anthem, Jana Gana Mana, was penned by the Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. The flag itself was designed by Pingali Venkaiah, and of course, a huge part of any country's identity is its currency, the Indian rupee. These are really the pillars of the modern nation.
All right, let's switch gears. We've talked symbols, now let's talk about the actual land itself. It's time to map out the geography of India.
Okay, here's a number I want you to lock in your brain, 28. That's the number of states that make up the incredible mosaic of India. Each one has its own unique culture, language, and history, but they all come together as one country.
And wow, the range within those 28 states is just huge. On one end of the spectrum, you have Rajasthan, this massive state known for its vast deserts and incredible forts. And on the complete other end, you have Goa, the smallest state famous for its stunning beaches. The difference in scale is just amazing. And the wonders don't stop there. India is home to some serious geographic and man-made superstars. The Ganga isn't just the longest river. For many, it's a spiritual lifeline. You've got Kanchenjunga, the highest mountain peak in the country. And then there are the icons everyone knows, from the breathtaking Taj Mahal to the historic Red Fort.
So, we've covered the land. Now let's turn to the people who shaped it, the leaders and the political systems they created. These are the architects of modern India. This one's a classic. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. It translates to, Hail the soldier, hail the farmer. This powerful slogan came from India's second Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri. It was his way of saying that the country's real strength came from its armed forces protecting the borders and its farmers feeding the nation.
So at the very top of the government structure, you have the President of India. Now, while the Prime Minister holds the day-to-day executive power, the President is the constitutional head of state, the ultimate symbol of the Republic.
All right, let's do a quick rundown of some key names and terms you should know. Jawaharlal Nehru was the very first Prime Minister. Later on, his daughter Indira Gandhi became the first woman to hold that office. And of course, the leader of the independence movement was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, known as the father of the nation. The government they helped build is a parliament with two houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha.
Okay, we've been focused inward on India, but now it's time to pull the camera back, way back, and see how some of these ideas stack up on a global stage.
Remember how we compared Rajasthan and Goa? Well, check out this contrast. The largest country on Earth, by a long shot, is Russia. It is absolutely massive. And the smallest? That would be Vatican City, a tiny sovereign state tucked right inside the city of Rome. It really puts the idea of size into perspective.
Now, think about how fast technology moves. It's kind of mind-blowing. India gets its first computer in 1955. Just 14 years later, Neil Armstrong is walking on the moon. And then only 6 years after that, in 1975, India launches its very first satellite, Aryabhata, and officially joins the space age.
Of course, none of this happens without brilliant minds, right? From Benjamin Franklin figuring out the secrets of electricity, to Charles Babbage designing the concepts that led to the modern computer. India had its own space pioneer in Rakesh Sharma, the first Indian citizen to travel to space. And a key place where the world comes together, the UNO, has its headquarters in New York City.
For our final section, we're going big. I mean, really big. We're zooming out beyond our planet to look at some universal knowledge and a few of nature's greatest hits. All right, a quick quiz for you. When you look up at the night sky, there's one particular planet that's famous for its unique reddish color. Any idea which one I'm talking about?
And the answer is Mars. You got it. Also known as Mangal Grah in Hindi. That classic rusty color, by the way, comes from all the iron oxide, basically rust, covering its surface.
And to finish things off, let's do a lightning round of some amazing biggest and fastest facts. The largest continent? That's Asia. The biggest ocean? The Pacific. The world's largest hot desert is the Sahara. The fastest animal on land has to be the cheetah. And here's a fun one. The largest organ in the human body is your skin.
And just like that, our tour is over. We've covered a ton of ground in just a few minutes. So I've got one last question for you. Which one of these facts are you going to share with someone today? Thanks for coming along for this explainer.